Hi y'all. My name is Gigi and I'm a photographer and videographer based in New York City. Last year was my first full year as a full-time photographer. And I learned a lot. So I didn't really intend on starting my photography business. Like that wasn't like, I'm going to start a photography business. It wasn't like that at all. I just didn't want to go back to the field that I was doing before, which was not a creative field. So my main thing was just to make sure that I tried to get money. You know what I mean? I wanted to just do gigs here and there to make money. And the first thing I did was go on Upwork and Fiverr. These are two websites for freelancers that allow you to apply to gigs, and also as a client you're able to go on there and choose people to like take photos and you can post what you need. But from a freelancer's perspective, you go on, you see the list of gigs you want, at least on Upwork, and then you get to apply to these gigs. It's one of those things where it's hard to get started in. If you don't have enough reviews, who's gonna really hire you? You know what I mean? It's one of those you need experience to get experience kind of things, which is annoying at first, but I promise you, like if you just stick through it, like it does pay off. Like I have so many gigs on Upwork now, and I'm gonna get into why they have benefited me even to this day. So you get these connects and you're able to apply to gigs, and once you apply to the gigs, the client looks into you and then they reach out to you to see if they like your work. But here's the catch, right? Upwork takes 20%. I don't know what they take on the clients, and I know they take something, but they take 20% of your money. But you get clients, you get work for your portfolio, you get money, which, you know, if you just need a gig, it works. What I have found though, and this is the best part, right? You do that first gig on Upwork, but then later on, especially if you do a good job, your client reaches out to you separately, okay? A lot of things you do, especially when starting out, with photography and videography, you cannot just think about how much money you're making. You have to think about what else you're gonna get out of it, right? You have to think about the longevity of it and if it's gonna be worth it for your portfolio. And mind you, I was kind of like taking anything, and that's what I was doing for so long, just because I was so fresh and new, and I think it's good, right? You wanna take everything. You wanna do almost everything, because unless you like are going into it and you have a little bit of experience and you're like, no, I want to shoot babies, that's it, you know, okay, no problem. But if you kind of just feeling it out like I was, like I think it's good that I took that step and I was just like, I'm gonna like literally shoot everything. I'm gonna shoot whatever, whoever hit me up and asked me to shoot something, I'm gonna say yes. Okay. One, because we need monies. And two, I was eager to build my portfolio and get the experience, right? Once you learned how to work with different people and different styles, being in different places and different environments, different lighting, I think you can just add, you wanna be a sponge, right? You just wanna take everything in. You wanna be able to just like enjoy that part of photography and videography, because once that happens, you'll be able to appreciate that part of the journey way more. I know I do, at least. And not for nothing, y'all, not for nothing, right? I also use Craigslist, okay? Craigslist gets a really bad rep, but I'm telling y'all, I got a handful of jobs from Craigslist, all right? We are talking like, I got a good amount, and Craigslist is fast. Like, they want you tomorrow. They want you today. They want you in the next 2 hours. Like, they don't play. So just like, of course, like use your instincts, be smart about it. If they're asking for my portfolio and my information, I want to see theirs too. Just don't sleep on Craigslist, but also be a little skeptical, because we just gotta be. When you're from New York, you're just born with a skeptical mind. Like, why are you being nice? But what you really want though? So after that, I started realizing I'm like, I need to start working on some like back-end work. You know what I mean? My website is looking a little kiddish. My like communication and emails, like it's just not given professional. It's not given I does this. So once that kind of hit me, I was just like, okay. And I remember I was sick. Like I could not move, but I just stayed right on my bed on my laptop and I worked on my website for 2 days straight. Like my eyes were bleeding. And I just built my website. I used Squarespace. I picked my brand colors. So that's one thing you want to make sure you do, is pick your brand colors. Then you want to make sure that you are consistent throughout your website. People want to see consistency. People want to see a brand that relates to you and that you know what your brand is, okay? Like, you want people to know, okay, if I see these colors, if I see this logo, if I see this type of font, like all of that matters. No, it shouldn't be prioritized, like get your together first, but all of that matters too. So once I did my website, then I started using Honeybook, right? Honeybook. Let me tell y'all about Honey. If you type in Honeybook right now, it's gonna be so many. I don't know about other fields, but so many photographers just like Honeybook, 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 and they are doing, y'all, they do a good job with their marketing. I think you can probably get it for like $1 a month now. It is the best way. And I have not used other client management software, other CRMs, so like just understand that. It's nothing really I'm comparing it to, but it does everything I need. I don't really need to find out what these other softwares do. I don't. If you need to manage your clients, Honeybook is really the way. It is the vibe. It is the truth, okay? It will, like, from everything from like when clients schedule a phone call with me to sending contracts and proposals and invoices. They have templates for all of that. You can make email templates. Everything is just so organized in a way where you can see everything from payments. It hooks up to QuickBooks. It is the truth. And I'm not even saying half of the features that it can do. So once my back end work was figured out, I just did the minimal that I needed to do in order to come across as a professional, you know? I started shooting, right? I went on Peerspace, which is this dope website where you can just like book studios for any type of needs, okay? Prices ranging from like $25 an hour to like, it goes up. Okay, we don't need to talk about the go up, but you can get a cheap studio, right? And that's what I was doing because it was winter time, so I couldn't shoot outside in New York City. We don't go outside in the cold in New York City. We don't. We hibernate. So I started booking these studios on Peerspace, and I reached out to a few of my friends. One of my colleagues who went to NYU with me, I did one shoot with her boyfriend. It turned out amazing. Another shoot I did was with another college friend, her and her girlfriend. Oh my God, killed it again. Another shoot I did, I used my friend's home. And I actually wrote a blog about this, an at-home photo shoot, and it turned out so good. I was just doing what I had to do, like real talk. Like I was just doing what I loved and doing this because I did not have enough work in my portfolio and I needed to start showing that I know what I'm doing. Y'all know, Instagram, like, I needed to start posting more. I needed to start showing some behind the scenes and letting people know that, like, I does this. So yeah, and with that, like with me actually doing more shoots, whether it was paid or something that like I just thought of with my friends and posting that on Instagram, it just started booming for me. Like Instagram alone, like literally the way I get most of my clients even to this day is through Instagram, which is a very good but a very bad thing, because if Instagram was to the side and just be out, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. We're not gonna talk about that though. I was getting client hit ups left and right. That rush was just so amazing because I'm like, wow, people want me to shoot their stuff. Like people want me to be their photographer. Like this is so cool. Like I'm doing it. Like that was when I realized that I was doing it. You know, that was it. Right after that, I was just like, okay, it's real now. It is real. Like let me get my shit together. Let me do this. So I was doing a lot of research into finding out how I can get my LLC, right? I was gonna use like LegalZoom or one of those websites where it's like automated and they do it for you, I guess. But there was this YouTuber I followed, and her name, I might be pronouncing her name wrong, Jillian D. She was an attorney and she had her own law practice, so I was following her, and one of the people, because I had to learn so much about contracts and everything, you know what I mean? When I started watching her, I was just like, oh, cool. And then I went to her Instagram, and then I realized that like she can do this for me. So that's how I got my LLC. I literally just hit her up through her website and just got on the phone, and then I'm very impulsive, so I just did it. Pretty pricey, pretty pricey. I think I paid $1,200 for it, if I'm not mistaken. There are cheaper options out there. I don't know them, but I know there are. But I just liked her and I trusted her, and I did a lot of research, and I wanted everything that you're supposed to get with an LLC. A lot of places wasn't even giving you like a written out like operating agreement, so it was just that. Do your research, okay? Once I got my LLC, I was like, okay, next step, business bank account. I went to the bank and opened up my business bank account. When I say, like, the LLC thing was like legit, but when I got that bank card with Lens of Her LLC written on it, like, I felt so good. Even when I look at it to this day, I'd be like, there you go, baby. So then I realized that I'm like, okay, I need to get my bookkeeping together. And I always use a spreadsheet to keep track of my income and my expenses. But I knew that I need to start, like, especially once I had that bank card, I'm like, okay, time for QuickBooks. And luckily I had QuickBooks experience from my other job that I worked at. So I was able to like just hook up my bank card and kind of like just categorize all my transactions and reconcile and everything like that. I just kept doing gigs after that, and I kept having highs and lows. So there are times when I was like booked like crazy, and then there were times where it was quiet city, like it was like nobody was hitting me up. And I also noticed that kind of correlated with my social media activity. Whenever I was just like, I would just ghost on Instagram, like it's like people forget about you, which is crazy, right? So I think that along with like just in general, photography has its slow and up seasons. Like that's just what it is. Like in the winter time, you're just not gonna get as much bookings, and it's just like you just gotta prepare for it. I think my favorite part of like being a full-time entrepreneur is the freedom. It is so dope to be able to wake up and just do your own thing on your own time. I understand why it's really hard to go back once you start that. It's so hard. Like I thought about like, because I'm not gonna lie, like those slow seasons, like I was not making money. I was not making money. So you know how many times I thought about getting like a part-time job or trying to like just do something just for a little bit just to get my money back up, you know what I mean? Like it's really hard when nothing is like super consistent. Like I don't know when my next like payment is gonna come in. Like I don't know. So it's really hard trying to just live your life, okay? I didn't even know what I was doing half the time. I still don't. Like everything I know is because like I spent hours and hours researching. Like I'll be like doing my hair in the mirror and I'll have a YouTube video playing in the background, like teaching me something. It's important to do that, but that's also what led to my burnout. And that is what led to me being so overwhelmed where I started hating my job for like a month. And it just really hit me because I realized that even when I wasn't physically on the laptop editing or I wasn't physically at a shoot, my brain was on 100. My brain was just like, okay, gotta post on Instagram. Okay, gotta figure out this contract. Oh, inquiry. I gotta respond to this. Oh, email. Oh, editing. Oh, Lightroom. Oh, I need a new camera. Oh, lens. Oh, I need to BA. Oh, bruh. And sometimes it was good things. It was like a good anxiety because I'm like, oh, I gotta wake up and have a shoot tomorrow. I gotta make a mood board. Oh, it was just like my brain did not rest. Even when I was like chilling with my family, even when I was just like, listen, I can just be doing anything where it looks like I'm chilling, but my brain is on the next move. Like, how am I gonna get this money? How am I gonna make my business more profitable? How am I going to make my business more successful? I need to reach out to, I need to finish editing. I need, and it's just me. It's just your girl here. So it is really difficult. Like I am doing 20 people's job. And that is the part about entrepreneurship, at least when you first started and you don't have a team. That is the part where it's like people glorify everything else, but that part, it's a lot, okay? It's a lot. And you really have to have a strong mindset. You really have to love what you're doing, and you really have to just keep going. You can't get intimidated so easily, and you can't get like so caught up on the fact that you don't know what you're doing, because you're gonna figure it out. Like, I've been figuring it out. There was not one moment where I did not figure it out. And I encourage everyone to try and find that thing, that passion that will not only help you, but will help others. Like, when I'm like I'm helping someone else in their business, their brand, or whatever that case might be, so that they can post it on their website, so that they can get their entrepreneur journey started, okay? That is so dope. I just want to keep making people feel comfortable. It is so nerve-wracking being in front of the camera. Like, y'all don't know how many times I was stuttering for this video. It is first of all, it is draining, okay? I am talking to a lens. So I can imagine if y'all are on this side and I'm on that side, but y'all on this side and you're like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, you're just like, this is so weird. So I always try my best to make people feel confident. I always try my best to give as much direction as possible without overstepping or without understanding who it is that I'm working with, because everybody has different personalities. Everybody has different styles and tastes. Like, you can't do one pose on one person and expect the other person to do it the exact same way. Like, you can't, and I've learned that quickly. You have to know who you're working with, and you have to know what they like, which is why I always do like mood boards before my shoots, because I need to figure out, like, is this the vibe you're going for? Is what I'm thinking what you're thinking, you know? And it helps me going into it, and I hope it helps my clients as well. I'm at a place right now where I am just like, I'm just going full force. Like, I've shot so many things that I didn't really want to shoot, and now because of that, I know exactly what I want to shoot. You spend so much time saying, like, I need to do this, 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 and you're not even doing it. What's the quote? Like, good is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. There it goes. There it goes. I think that's my like biggest motto I'm gonna follow this year, because we just gotta get shit done, okay? We don't got time to be making things perfect. Embrace the unknown. You know, like, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna take bad pictures. You're gonna do these things that you feel like it can't be you. Like, it's gonna happen, and it needs to happen in order for you to get where you need to go. I really hope that my journey will somehow shed light onto yours. Everyone's path is different, yada yada yada, right? But it's really true. Like, I've watched so many photographers and videographers on YouTube, Instagram, and it's always like, I want to be like them. I want to do what they're doing. They got it together. It's like, nobody really has it together. People just experience, you know? You just go through the motions and you figure out what works for you, and then you just do it. So thank you so much for watching, y'all. I really appreciate it. Just drop a comment, DM, whatever you need to do to let me know what else you guys want me to talk about, to show you, to guide you through, you know. So yeah, thank you so much, and until next time.